Hey, howdy and hello, everybody. Welcome back into Tier 1 Ascension, T1A for all the fun peoples. Got waivers for Week 8 going on today. Kind of messy out there for waivers. Kind of a messy week last week for everybody with injuries. But let's get into it. All right. Like I said, Week 8 waivers. We're on bye week number 3. It's a real small one. So we're Tier 1 Ascension. Like us, give us a like, give us a subscribe, turn on the notifications if you want to keep hearing stuff from us. Feel free to leave a comment, a question, or even leave a suggestion. We'll be definitely searching for episode ideas and content, kind of what people want to see, especially during the off season there. So let's go. First up, Ty Johnson. Mike's going to kill me for this one. I kept boasting about Ty Johnson last year. Then he finally had 2 good weeks, and that was about it for him. With Brees going down, Michael Carter is going to be the main back this week. Don't know how much James Robinson's going to be ready to go, so we might just have to wait a little bit for him to be ready. So Ty Johnson could be a good 1-week fill-in just to see how things are going. He's a good complement to what Michael Carter can do because he's a very similar structured back. He can rush, take things up the middle, but he's not going to get a lot as far as burst. He's not super fast. He's efficient as a pass catcher. What did he do last year? He got 34 passes on 54 attempts. He got 61 carries for 238. It's not super high efficient numbers, but he's a fill-in. So if you have Clyde and Austin Eckler as your running backs, maybe slap a couple dollars on this guy, ride him out for a week, and just move on. So PJ Walker already announced that he's going to be a starter for next week. He did good enough. I mean, he just had to be efficient. It's just not turning the ball over is a huge thing to keep the Panthers going. He knows how to find DJ Moore, so that's great for all the DJ Moore managers out there. He's just going to be a week-to-week streamer. You never know what's going to happen when Baker's ready, when Darnold's fully healthy, like where they're going to go with this franchise. There's no commitment to the quarterback, so don't get real committed when you're pursuing him. Rostered in 38% of leagues. If you are QB dependent or you lost Matt Ryan, maybe this is a guy you can go try for. Next guy up, JaMycal Hasty. We got to see him rip off a big 50-plus yard run. That's about it. He's currently number 2 on the depth chart with the Jags trading James Robinson away. ETN's going to receive a lot of that bulk work. Snoop Connor's there. I mean, if you want to try for him, sure. But Snoop Connor's been inactive since week 1. So you're not really getting much upside, unless ETN goes down, and then you got a steal of a deal. But I just don't see the ball going through Stoop's hands. JaMycal Hasty will probably just maintain his role that he's had, just a couple carries a game, a couple pass or receiving option, checkdowns. But that's probably about it, and that's why he's probably only rostered in 12% leagues. So the big one for this week is going to be Sam Ehlinger. Doug Peterson came out and announced that he is starting Ehlinger, and the Matt Ryan's going to be secondary. Well, and then it comes out, Matt Ryan's got a separated shoulder. Like, all right, so is this because he's got a separated shoulder, or did he earn this? What about Nick Foles? Who knows and all of that stuff. What you got with Sam Ehlinger? He's drafted in 2021, 6th round out of Texas, so he does have a little draft capital. He was brought in by this regime. And he's just been sitting, brewing. He was definitely a developmental quarterback coming in. He had some good seasons. If they would have played a full 2020, he would have been a great prospect. But he ended up injuring his shoulder. and I don't remember if it was the last game of the season, a conference championship, or a bowl game. I want to say it was a bowl game. I'm sure Nash is probably just killing himself right now, knowing all the answer to this. But likely, Keat is the starter for the next 2 weeks, so he's worth picking up. He's a little bit of a gunslinger, and what everybody's going to be highly boasting about him right now is he was a preseason All-Star. So he was 82% accuracy for the whole preseason. He had 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He just had an all-star preseason, whatever that's worth. Obviously, it didn't get him the starter position right away, so maybe it wasn't worth anything. But it looks like he's gained some developmental abilities, and he's worth a shot. Especially if you lost Matt Ryan. We got the Bipocalypse coming up next week, week 9. So worth a shot. See what he is. Bad budget. All right. Ty Johnson, $2 to $4. Pretty simple. 1 to 2 week at max. I mean, unless Carter or James Robinson goes down with something, then he'll get some work. But until then, he's not much of anything. PJ Walker, anywhere from 2 to 15. The ceiling's not there. He's only had 1 passing game where he's surpassed 200 yards passing. His upside for rushing is none. He does target the end zone. He does find DJ Moore, so those pieces are valuable. Other than that, they're going to be handing the ball off to the running backs, pounding it away, relying on what they got in their defense, which is decent, and just trying to win games. I don't know why they would, but trying to win games through efficiency. Jermichael Hasty, $1 to $6. I just don't see that he's going to have a relevant workload. Not like the early shares they were showing of James Robinson and ETN, but you've noticed over the last few weeks that the James Robinson bit has stifled down. ETN's the one, and that's where we're going from there. Sam Ehlinger, depends. Superflex league, multi-superflex. This is going to be another guy that everybody's going to be going hungry hippo on and slamming some money down. So might be worth going anywhere from 5 to 25 or a quarter of your fab budget if you're that dependent on getting a quarterback. So that's that. My fun little segment of Player Watch. Here we go. Right now, I'm wanting to try to acquire or hold on to Chris Olave, Treylon Burks, and George Pickens. You've seen nothing but their stock rise. Olave is the wide receiver 1 on the Saints. He was just touted as like a fast guy down the field, but he's proven he can do contested catch. He can do short area. He's showing that he's a very good total package. If you can get him for a 23 first, and that's it, might be worth it. He could be, a top 10 in the next coming years, and we don't even know his quarterback situation. That's with 2 different quarterbacks feeding him, and he's still growing. Treylon Burks should be back, if not next week, the week after, from IR. Well, eligible to return, at least. This offense is looking for somebody to be able to efficiently pass to. Treylon can do contested catch. He's got the abilities. He's just needs to get it all put together. And hopefully while he's been on IR, he's getting some more of the book work done and the stuff behind the scenes that really helps players ascend to that level. Just somebody that I think has the ability to supersede where he's at right now. And then George Pickens, showing the catch right there. But the guy's doing amazing things. He's already supplanted Chase Claypool, which is also on this player watch, with targets. George Pickens is already threatening Deontay Johnson target share. So they were within 1 or 2 this last week. George Pickens was more efficient in catch percentage and just making plays. Needed it to happen. It looked like it went to Pickens. So that's players I'm watching, looking to acquire. Anything I can do. Not anything. I'm not burning down a team just to get these players, but They're great building blocks for a squad going through Dynasty. Some players I'm kind of moving on from or not holding so high. Definitely Debo with CMC coming in. It's just not a huge pass offense. It's based on efficiency. Debo's going to get his touches, but that's limited by CMC. I mean, they have some crossover skill set, so it could help and hurt, just the same. He'll still have big games. He'll still have, multi-touchdown games. It's just going to be win. So you're still playing that game. Just for me, I'm not as bought into trying to always play that game. Josh Palmer, we're going to have Keenan back. We're going to have Mike Williams back. Where's Josh Palmer's targets going to go? He's already shown in the first couple of weeks that he's done good. But is he going to be that guy that you want to plug in every week and he's going to get 6 targets for 60 yards? Or is he going to have some 2 catches and 17-yard games in there? So I'm just not very sure on Palmer. So for me, I'd rather just move on. And same with Claypool. Chase Claypool, we've already talked about a little bit, but he's just getting less and less route share, less and less targeting. So it's just time to move on. Unless he gets traded, and then it'll be fun. All right, bye weeks for the week. We got the Chargers and the Chiefs. Unless you're starting Herbert and Mahomes, then you're riding a rough one. But this week will be pretty easy to get through. Next week is the first Bipocalypse week. So it's going to be tough for some people out there. But everything that we've got today, we've got it all said. On that note, that's got everything I got for you. So have a great one.